Cellular One. The Oregon Club of Portland. The Rich Brooks Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Todd McKim along with the coach, and welcome to this week's show. We'll take a look at the victory over New Mexico State, have a halftime feature as we profile one of the players and preview what's in store next for the Ducks as they take on the Cal Bears and return to conference play. Coach, good victory for you. The defense kind of set the tone by getting the early score. James Batista with the interception for a touchdown. Then the offense came back with a long drive, and you quickly were up 14-0, and basically, for all intents and purposes, that was the ball game.
Well, after two losses in a row, Todd, any victory is a good victory first. I don't think there was much we could have done unless we'd have pulled a Fresno State and scored 94 points. I don't think too many people would have been happy with the victory, but I was pleased with the victory. I wasn't pleased with the injuries that we sustained, but we were able to rest some people that we knew were hurt that might have been able to play, but they wouldn't have gotten well enough to be effective, I think, this week against Cal. We did get back Sean Burwell in a pretty healthy state, so I think over and all, 3-2 right now, the victory and big plays by the defense. I was pleased with the win.
A perfect day for football at Autzen Stadium. Temperatures in the mid-70s. And a little bit of a breeze coming from the north. Right off the top, your special teams kind of set the tone.
Ed Cavs and Grady O'Connor from Paisley, Oregon makes the tackle. Grady dislocated his shoulder in fall camp, and this is his first action of the year. Tackle him a little high around the head, but nice tackle by Grady O'Connor, wide receiver from Paisley, Oregon.
This is Mitchell, breaks a tackle by Hardy and gets a couple of yards on first down.
Tackled by Rodriguez on the play.
2nd down and 6. Same play and a little better defense.
Marcus Woods comes from the inside out to make the tackle on that one. They go back to throw, and it's broken up by Chad Cota.
So right off the bat, the defense holds, and the offense takes over at its own 38.
O'Neal on first down throws a quick hitch pass out to Ronnie Harris, picks up about 7 or 8. Counter play to Donovan Moore, picks up a first down and about a 6-yard gain.
So the next play we see is a 2nd down and 10. First time you've used the shotgun this year.
In the shotgun, Danny O'Neal scrambles out, couldn't find a receiver, picks up a first down.
Good scramble, gain of 11. But the drive then stalls as a pass is incomplete right here.
Right through James Jesse's hands. A well-thrown ball, should have been caught. Was dropped, and Tommy Thompson does a great job here punting the ball out of bounds on a coffin corner kick. Goes out on the 5-yard line.
New quarterback, Ledbetter in, and he is a runner, a freshman, who last year was a pole vault champion in the state of Texas. And then some confusion here as the Aggies a little indecisive, the ball off the tight end Cutler, deflected by Rodriguez. Batista with the interception and the score. And that is our play of the day. Coach, tell us what happened.
Well, the young freshman quarterback actually bumped into the pulling guard initially. And as he came out on what was going to be a counter bootleg play, the tight end released downfield. He was covered by Rodriguez. Ledbetter makes the throw. It kind of goes right through the tight end's hands, and Rodriguez comes in and bats it forward. And Batista, who came from his middle linebacker spot, was following the play and caught it on the 11-yard line before retreating at 4 or 5 and picking up a good block by Cota and also Andy Connor and some other people, and making a real nifty move like he played fullback or something and took it into the end zone. You can see Ledbetter on the rollout here, completes or throws the pass right through the tight end's hands. Rodriguez punches it forward right into Batista's hands. He fortunately realizes he's going the wrong direction when he catches it and turns around. And we get good blocking, and Marcus Woods is signaling touchdown long before he even got in. He's gave the guy a belly bump.
And with the extra point right off the get-go, less than 5 minutes played, and you are ahead 7-0. Now the Aggies come back on offense.
Quarterback draw. Batista. Ball comes out, but they ruled it dead.
3rd down and 5. Incomplete. Herman O'Berry on the coverage, so the offense gets it back. And a big play here. You can't quite see it, but we'll see it in just a moment. The roughing the kicker call against New Mexico State.
See it from ground level here, Todd. A little bit of a high snap. Number 34 is coming in and hits Tommy Thompson while his foot's still in the air, and we get a 1st down.
Obvious penalty, so that keeps the drive going, and this drive will culminate in a score.
Now, Danny O'Neill at this point has a dislocated thumb, and real nice throw out of the shotgun to Ronnie Harris. You can see him back to throw here out of the shotgun, gets good protection, steps up and delivers a perfect pass to Ronnie Harris down the sideline. Ronnie beat the corner, the safety he cut back on, and takes us deep into New Mexico State territory.
Gain of 31. Sean Burwell in the ball game now. Looked a little tentative to start the game, but as it wore on, he looked better and better.
He did, and that's one of the reasons. And a nice pass there by O'Neill to Shedrick, checking down out of the backfield for the 1st down. I wanted to play Burwell if he could play, because I knew he would be a little tentative going in, and he really ran well, I thought, in the 2nd half. Here O'Neill scrambles and picks up the 1st down at the 9-yard line. We're actually short of the 1st down.
3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, and Donovan Moore takes it straight ahead to the 5 for the 1st down.
So 1st and goal from the 5. Shedrick gets close to the goal line. Might have come loose a little early.
I don't like that ball rolling around. Whether he's down or not, he should hang on to it. And Donovan Moore, boy, I'm not sure he got in on that play, Todd. That's awfully close. I'm not sure the ball, his body crossed the plane, but I'm not sure the ball crossed the plane to the goal line on that play.
Tough to tell from that angle, but nevertheless, the Ducks get their 2nd touchdown of the 1st quarter. McCallum adds the PAT, and at the end of the 1st period of play, the Ducks leading New Mexico State 14-0. Into the 2nd quarter we go. The Ducks leading New Mexico State 14-0, and in the course of this quarter, the Ducks really only have one offensive possession, excluding the final play of the quarter. Defense starts things off with a good play here and stopping New Mexico State, which had pretty good field position.
Thrown a little bit behind, and Herman O'Berry is there to make sure that the play is broken up.
So the offense gets it back.
Danny throws a little quick hitch pass out to Ronnie Harris again, who picks up about 6 to 7 yards. Brandon Jumper powers it up inside for about 3 yards.
And recovered his own fumble for a 1st down. 2nd down and 9.
That looks a little bit more like the old Sean Burwell. A little wrinkle and a little wiggle going through the hole, and good cut back there, and takes it up over the pile for a 1st down. With a quick screen out to Anthony Jones, picks up about 5.
On 2nd and 6, O'Neill scrambling, and then at the last minute throws it. Again, caught by Ronnie Harris. We'll look at it again.
You see, we have actually great pass protection there, and Danny really probably didn't need to flush to his right here. If he'd have stayed in there, I think Jeff Thomason was going to break open over the middle, but he does a great job scrambling, buying time, and then finding an open receiver.
Gain of 13, but on 3rd down and 6 from the Aggie 35, the pass is deflected by Campbell and incomplete. And so you like to punt instead of try a long field goal into the wind.
Bounty gets the sack. I'm not sure that counted as a sack because I think their quarterback got back to the line of scrimmage. But you can see Marcus Woods breaks clean and just runs right by the quarterback, and he does a good job scrambling back to the line of scrimmage.
So no gain. 3rd down and 10.
Big play right here. That, we got a terrible spot. That's a full yard short of where they marked it. He was down on the 29-yard line, and they gave him the 1st down.
Ledbetter comes back in, the freshman. Nice throw there and catch to Montgomery. Then another 3rd and 3.
Bootleg play, scrambles out, gets the first down. Keep the drive alive. Long, long drive.
Well, they chewed up almost half of the quarter. So I think it was about 7.5 minutes on this drive.
Nice job by Matt LeBounty getting the sack there. You see on the replay, Batista were in a blitz and the quarterback flushes out with pressure with Batista coming up the middle and runs right into Matt LeBounty's arms.
It's a loss of 8. Second down into 18. Again, good pressure, but Chisholm eludes the pressure and a 19-yard completion to the tight end Cutler. First and 10 at the Oregon 23.
Gary Williams in there making tackle for a loss. Nobody blocks him. It's a lot easier to make tackles for losses when nobody blocks you. Ron Hardy in there to help him along with Ernest Jones.
So the drive stalls, and Ortiz comes in and connects on a 37-yard field goal, and that is the final play that we will see in the second quarter. 14-3. Well, the Ducks will get the football to start the third quarter after having booted it off to start the contest. As we pick up activity, the Ducks have it. This is actually a 3rd and 20 play here after a sack. Salisbury throws it, and it is intercepted by the Aggies. That's Sykes, and he returns it and gives the Aggies good field position at the 42, but your defense comes through.
Well, it does, and boy, we need this. If they take this in and score, Chad Cota should have had an interception, went right through his hands, and Terrell Smith gets it and gets a convoy down the sideline.
Talking about Muhammad Oliver, he kind of caught Darrell there.
It's interesting. You get good pressure here, forcing him to step up in the pocket and throw before he wants to. And you can see it goes right through Chad Cota's hands, and Darrell's right there breaking on the ball. And he gets, he brings all the New Mexico State players to the center of the field and then breaks to the near sideline. And he gets a convoy down the field. Nice block by Rodriguez, picking the only guy that had a chance, and just, you know, not making a stupid block, just got in his way. And then here comes Muhammad Oliver. You know, Darrell's huffing and puffing. He didn't practice all last week. Look, Muhammad's on cruise control. You know, Darrell's just chugging, boy, I'll tell you, you know.
And then he tripped him.
him.
Well, anyway, that kind of broke things open. I mean, it had been close. They were in a position to score, and instead of being 14-6, 14-10, whatever, now it's 21-3.
It gave us a little breathing room. Certainly 2 great big plays by the defense, and there's another one by Andy Connor stepping inside and getting a tackle for a loss. Gets the back in the backfield for a 1-yard loss.
The Aggies, to their credit, didn't kind of throw in the towel. They came back with a drive right here. They eventually will score. Kind of a screen left fake, screen right. Didn't work.
They have a double screen, and we'd worked on it all week and covered it well. But we allowed pressure there on a 3rd down and long, a long 31-yard pass completion to keep the drive alive. Now they come back with a double reverse, and a nice play again by Andy Connor and Matt LeBounty,
who unfortunately was injured later in this drive.
You can see the reverse here coming back, and LeBounty reads it and forces it wide, and Andy Connor's there to make first contact, and LeBounty cleans it up.
A loss of 2. 3rd down and 1. Mitchell trying to get to the sticks, comes up short.
And that's the play Matt LeBounty was hurt on. It fell on his right leg, and I'm sorry, there he's still in the game.
It's actually on about 2
play.
plays later, yeah. Here's Ledbetter, the draw.
Quarterback draw, breaks to the outside, picks up the first down.
And now this is the play that we believe Matt was injured on here.
That's right. That's the one. Quarterback scrambles on the option outside, and Matt goes off the field with what I hope is not a serious knee injury.
And we hope so as well. 2nd down and 7. Play never got going. It was fumbled from the get-go. And now on 3rd down and 15. Ledbetter to throw over the middle.
Nice play by Paul Rodriguez, breaking up that pass. Almost had an interception. He broke in front, broke it up, and New Mexico State converts for the field goal and gives them 6 points.
So you see the score 21-6 with under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. You're trying to move the ball and get some offensive continuity going here. Shedrick, good powerful run here.
It's a nice cut by Shedrick at the line of scrimmage and picks up 6-8 yards. And Burwell breaks into the clear for a 21-yard gain.
And also a face mask call, actually not involved with the play there, kind of down at the bottom of your screen. You won't even be able to see it.
Shedrick gets a kick-out block, a real nice block by Jeff Thomason on the outside linebacker that allowed Burwell to have that nice hole. The face mask penalty was clear away from the play, and I could not see it on film either.
Back to Burwell.
Nice cut again by Burwell as he has the ability to do. The stuffed up inside, and he breaks it outside.
3rd and 2, and looked like Tattersall and Burwell kind of collided together.
Burwell went the wrong way. That's what you get for lack of practice time. Messed the play up, and we had to try to get a field goal here. Snap was not good, and sort of a bad hold, and McCallum got hit. I can't believe there wasn't a roughing call here. Actually, he was unconscious for an instant.
At this point, you've got a new snapper in there as well on your longer snaps.
That's right, we do. And here's a big play. Darrell Smith not in real good coverage on man-to-man on a crossing pattern, and they pick up a big gain. And this is maybe the sorriest play by the defense all day long. What terrible tackling on that play.
But again, although the Aggies had a good field position, unable to put it into the end zone. This is a 2nd and 8. They get 14 here, but then after that, the drive stalls, thanks in large part to a sack coming up right here by Andy Connor.
Andy Connor and James Batista put the quarterback in a duck sandwich here. You can see Andy Connor comes from the bottom of your screen, and Batista meets him frontal assault right there as he tried to get away from Connor, and he got it right in the mouth.
We are ready for the 4th and final quarter as the Ducks look to secure their 3rd victory of the season. As we pick up the action in the 3rd quarter, the Ducks have the football, and this will be the final long drive that culminates in a score for the Ducks. Burwell gets 5. Then on 2nd and 10, he gets 5 right there. Then on the 2nd and 10 play coming up here, Salisbury throws I'm not sure who he was throwing to, but Thomason got the reception.
He was throwing to Jeff. Jeff does a great job staying in bounds here. From the far side, I couldn't believe that he stayed in bounds, but as you look at it on the tape, you can see that he did. Nice protection here. Salisbury's able to step up and throw, and if we're able to afford him protection, he's an excellent passer, as he's demonstrated. Nice job by Thomason, staying in bounds and picking up some extra yards.
Gain of 39. 1st and 10 at the Aggie 28.
Counter play to Burwell, obviously doing a pretty good job at the line of scrimmage right now and picking up some nice yardage. David Collinsworth leading him up through the hole, pulling from his tackle spot.
And now Burwell really the featured runner in this drive.
Good job by Heath Howington and David Collinsworth at the point of attack.
Gets 4 there. Then on a 3rd and 5, Salisbury, the completion to Sean. Tried to dive for that 1st down, but came up a little bit shy. Decided to go for it here.
Figured we could pick up that much. Shedrick's a little upset with himself here. He knows he should have been able to keep his feet and get into the end zone. We're not doing a real good job picking up extra yards, and a great throw there by Salisbury. You can see Anthony Jones kind of comes in misdirection motion, slips back out. Salisbury makes the fake, get good protection, and Salisbury throws a perfect shot to Anthony Jones for the touch.
5th touchdown reception of the season for Anthony Jones to lead the Ducks. Snap is high. Bobby Brothers, the former Marist High School quarterback, scampers in for the 2-point conversion.
That's the one Coach Schuler accused the offense of doing on purpose so they could outscore the defense. Fire call on that. It was a high snap, a bad snap. Matt LeBounty had been our deep snapper. We went to Jeff Allen, and on that one we went to Willie Tate, who Willie has been doing our punt snapping but has not snapped on PAT field goal.
So the 2-pointer makes it 29-6. And there's still more big plays left from the defense.
Nice interception there by Chad Cota, making up for the one that he tipped to Daryl Smith.
His first.
It's a good job here. We get pressure up the field by Marcus Woods, and Ledbetter reaches back and tries to throw it as far as he can, and it's not far enough as Chad Cota makes the interception.
So one last drive for the offense. It's a long drive, but unfortunately you can't put any points on the board.
Nice pass there to Brian Brown from Salisbury. Good protection again. K.L.E. Clifford on a nice hole up inside, picks up about 8. Trap play to Brandon Jumper, and he picks up about 9 yards. And here's Tupu Alualu, picking up about 5. Tupu wanted to play this year, and we decided to go ahead and use him in some of the kicking game and bring him along at fullback. And a nice catch by Brian Brown. Great job getting his foot down in that situation.
3rd down and 13.
Salisbury tries to go back across, just a little overthrown to Ronnie Harris. Was pressured on the play, and don't get a great snap and hold on this one. Something went wrong, and McCallum misses.
Pushed it off a little bit to the right. So the final couple of plays of the game, you see the Aggies on offense, and it's kind of how things went for them during the course of the afternoon. A couple of slips.
Tony Coker stuffed the blocker right back into the quarterback, and here the quarterback just stumbles and falls. We've got a lot of redshirt freshmen in at this point, and they got some playing time.
So the final score, the Ducks defeat the Aggies 29-6. Let's take a look at some of the post-game statistics. First of all, in the team categories, and fairly close in a number of them. You see the first downs, the rushing yardage. The individual leading rusher for the Ducks was Burwell, 74 yards on 17 carries. As far as New Mexico State is concerned, the quarterback, Ledbetter, had 64 yards rushing on 15 attempts. Passing, Danny O'Neill 7 of 12, Salisbury 6 of 9, and 1 touchdown with 1 interception in total offense. Once again, the Ducks hold an opponent under 300 yards. It's under their average so far this year. Penalties. Well, that's one area of improvement, Coach. Only 2 for 20 yards this week. And the turnover department +2 in the contest. Tommy Thompson only had to punt twice. One was inside the 6-yard line. The other one went into the end zone. 3rd down conversions, much better this week than you have had in the last 2 weeks against both Utah and USC. There you see the passing totals with the 2 quarterbacks and the individual rushers as well, Sean Burwell and Ledbetter. After the game, Walt Fox went into the locker room and talked to some of the players to get their reaction to some of the key plays and the outcome.
I was just hustling to the ball, and I didn't want another Utah, and Paul Rodriguez tipped it and just came right back to me. I almost ran the other way, but decided to run back, and I probably didn't even need to hurdle anyone, but thought it looked nice. So I'm still a little disappointed, though. I mean, I feel that we should have held him to less yards.
And I was watching the tight end come up, and he threw it, and I was right there to pick it off. It was right in my hands, just slipped, tipped it up, and then I looked behind me. You know, I was thinking the receiver might be able to get it or something, and Daryl ended up catching it.
Cota broke on the ball pretty well. I thought he had the interception. Tipped it, got the ball, I saw the tip, grabbed it, ran, cut one way, cut the other. I was down the sideline. That's always good when when your defense can score. 2 touchdowns, or even 1 touchdown is good. Score 2 touchdowns, it's a real plus.
I think it was the first or second series, and I came on the turf and I bent back my thumb a little bit, and then the following play I hit someone's helmet, and it started being a little painful then, but it wasn't too bad. And then I was on the sideline warming up to get in the game, and every time I threw the ball, my thumb would pop out, and I'd have to push it back in, and it didn't hurt too bad, so I kind of ignored it. But then I'd throw the ball again, it'd pop back out. So then I went to the doctors and told them I think I did something to my thumb, and they looked at it and just okayed it.
Ankle felt all right, but felt good to get back in the playing situation, getting the game in and stuff. But I felt pretty good. I think the second half we came out strong. We run the ball real hard, and the O-line did a good job, controlling the line in the second half particularly.
If we weren't able to run the ball, I don't know if we'd have been as effective passing, but and our defense had some great plays and some great turnovers, and I think it was just a switch of momentum. They made some big plays, and we were able to run the ball, and it made the pass open up. Personally, I felt like I'd made a lot of mistakes. I think I can improve, greatly. I had some costly penalties where I had to delay a game and did some things wrong. I just need to come out this next week and fine-tune and get better.
Next up is the California Golden Bears, a trip down to Berkeley. They had a great victory over UCLA. In fact, they've got their own streak started now against the Bruins. They've won 2 in a row after that long losing streak. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the game. And in particular, some fourth quarter highlights is California was down by 10 points in the fourth quarter and rallied to score the final 13 of the game to win it. Mike Pulaski just seems like a tough guy who makes the right play at the right time for them.
Well, I want to tell you, last year, I think that description fit him perfectly. He was a tough guy, threw the ball pretty well, but this year, I think he's a great quarterback. He's made a real transition from being just a good quarterback who did a little bit to help his team win to being a guy who can absolutely take the game in his own hands and win it.
And they kick a field goal here. That closes the deficit to 7 points. That's Doug Bryant. Then Maury Toy for UCLA fumbles. Cal recovers. Now they have an opportunity to get the tying touchdown, and they capitalize right away with a guy who is one of the Heisman Trophy candidates, Russell White.
Well, Russell White is a great back. Clearly the best player that we'll have seen so far this year. Mazio Royster did a good job against us, but Russell White, I think, has more speed and size and is a little more elusive in the open field than Royster.
And here is the game-winning field goal, 47-yarder by Doug Bryant. The second consecutive week he has kicked a field goal to win a game for California. He kicked a 33-yarder to beat Arizona and the 47-yarder against UCLA. So this is a team that is undefeated. It's a team that leads, or did at least into last week, lead the conference in scoring. They have a lot of offense, so they got a good kicking game. They're a good football team.
They're an excellent football team, Todd, and they deserve to be ranked in the top 20 teams in the nation, which they are. They are a viable team as anybody in the league other than Washington. They have probably the best chance right now off of their conference start to go to the Rose Bowl. So I think they're an outstanding team. They don't have a weakness. They've strengthened their defense by doing what Washington is doing, playing a lot of 8- and 9-man front, coming after you, blitzing. They've got great speed and athletic ability on defense, and obviously a great running back with an offensive line and a great quarterback and receiver, so they're great.
Well, we'll see how great next week, and we hope you join us for the highlights right here on The Rich Brooks Show.
This is The Rich Brooks Show, featuring the Oregon Ducks. Brought to you in part by Taylor Electric,